So here we are shooting the rock in for the base layers for the superior walls. The superior walls need to have at least 8 inches of rock underneath the walls to constitute for the footing. Since these walls don't require the normal concrete footer, you put the rocks in and then tamp them down to level, set the corners, and then pack it and set the walls on top, and that is for your footer. The wall system is unique in that regard. So these guys use the strings. They pull a bunch of strings across the floor of the pad in order to shoot the rocks level. They use those strings in order to measure down to the top of the rock and get the rocks all nice and level for when they come in and set the pad for the walls. So these guys are using this conveyor system on the back of this truck. It's called a rock shooter, and they can speed up the conveyor or slow it down depending on how far out they need to put the rocks. But they can place the rocks pretty close. Here they're doing it very slowly and dumping them around right there at the front. And this is what it looks like after you've had one or two of the rocks, 2 truckloads of rocks put in. So we're working back from the front corner of the foundation. And again, they're using the strings to level the rocks. They're putting them out. And this is the foundation drain pipe. It was too short, so we had to add some pieces to it in order to get the water that is around the bottom of the foundation to drain out. Another thing we do is when we do the grading for the pad, we leave it a little slope to the back so that if any water does ever get to the front of the foundation, the water can flow freely out the back of the house through the rocks. So that's a unique feature, and the reason we do that. Over here you can see the rock over there on that end is about 16 inches thick versus 8 inches at the front. So that gives us about 8 inches of fall of dirt on the dirt, so the water will flow out of there. They're getting ready with their 3rd truck finishing. I think we ended up with 4 truckloads, probably about 80,000 pounds of rock, and I think they're 87 or 78 stone. I can't remember exactly. Here in the middle is a patio that we're going to make a little bit shorter for the rock so that the patio is sunk down a little bit and a little thicker on the outside of the house. So this is what the final product looks like with all the rocks in place and ready for some walls to be set. So here we are getting ready to set the walls. This is a time-elapse photo. They come in first with a little plate tamp, go from the corners and plate tamp all the rocks down where they're going to set the walls. Gets them all nice and level to use a laser. And then use this crane to just set the panels in place, bolt them up, and in between each panel is a urethane sealant that keeps the water out, and they're guaranteed for life. So here we are setting the whole basement, and I think it took about 3 to 4 hours, and they were completely done, and with the new basement walls, concrete, high tensile strength poured walls. They come with the studs and the holes, insulation. It's quite a unique system, and it's very good for, in my opinion, for a basement. This is the last panel that we were getting ready to set, so I thought I might get that in the video. the final product. All the panels in place for our basement. Pretty fast. And pretty square and plumb. In all, it is Sunday, June 25th. It's been a couple of weeks since I did my last update. Lots have happened over the last couple of weeks. As we can see, we now have walls. Superior walls came a week ago and set them up in about 3 hours. And last week, Friday, well, last week was full of rain, but Friday the guys came out and prepped for concrete. So now we are waiting to have the concrete floor poured for the basement. So it's been pretty exciting. I'll take you down and show you a few of the details. So here we are at the back of the house with the superior walls in place. Concrete guys came, prepped for concrete to be poured on Wednesday. They've put down wire, lath, plastic. This will be a patio. Downstairs sliding door. Bedroom 2 and bedroom 3. We got thickened slab where the walls will be for support. They have number 4 rebar in them. Rebar, I should say. Plumbing has been set and is ready to go. I have a conduit running from the wall over to where the island might be. Not sure yet if we're going to put the island in. May just have some cabinets along the wall. And a refrigerator. That'll be a pantry. That'll be a bathroom. That'll be a storage room of some sort. The mechanical room's on the other side. This is where the slab will be thickened for the support wall. Bathroom, another bedroom back there. A big gathering room in the middle. Standpipe for the upstairs kitchen. Another bathroom. That over there is a bedroom. Mechanical room in that corner there. And stairway will be right here. With a hallway coming down this way. Kitchenette be along this wall. Refrigerator right there. So the superior walls are in place. It's a sunny day today. Maybe this water will dry up from all the rain. So one interesting thing is where all these walls don't have backfill against them, they have these little clips coming out of the wall. So we take a number 4 rebar and hook those into the clips. Now the rebar will be in the concrete, so the walls will not move anywhere. Another pretty interesting part of the equation when it comes to the superior walls. And then we round the rebar all the way around the outside exterior walls. Didn't have clips where the backfill is, but that's okay. The rebar will help the concrete from cracking on the edge. It's about 85 degrees today, so it's quite sunny, quite warm. So Wednesday we have concrete. I'll update you then.